My name is Courtney Garside, and I'm beginning my third year of teaching 7th grade science at Boston Latin School. We serve grades 7 through 12 in the Boston Public Schools district. I completed my first science fair with my students during my first and second years of teaching. Science fair projects are a required part of my school's 7th grade science curriculum. With the amount of work required, it may seem like a science fair project is too complex of an endeavor to incorporate into your first few years of teaching. There were times when I wish my school just didn't make such a big deal out of them, so I could just teach my content and focus on one thing at a time. 2 years in, however, my attitude has completely shifted. My science fair unit ended up being the most student-centered of my second year teaching, and I cannot wait to do it again next year. There are a few things that set the science fair project apart from more traditional units of middle school science teaching. Having the complete freedom within limits, from start to finish, makes this the most student-led project possible. Students feel like they're part of the science and engineering inquiry process, and they are so proud of their finished projects. For the most part, their genuine interest in their topics fuels them through this months-long process. There's no better way to teach science skills than to have students work through them step by step and see a project grow from start to finish. When everyone is working on a different project, it's impossible to do the thinking for your students, which is something I struggle with in many of my other units. Students are on their own journeys with your support. This mindset puts them in the driver's seat, and they take on a level of independence in their thinking that I haven't been able to achieve in units where we're grappling with an understanding of an economic topic together. The skills students learn in the science fair unit are so useful in all other components of your class. When students have completed the scientific process, you can easily draw on those skills in brainstorming sessions for a new unit, labs to determine scientific phenomena, and the organization of all the moving parts that are happening in a given unit. Additionally, I taught more literacy skills, written and spoken, in this unit than in any other of my curriculum. The writing and oral literacy involved in a science fair unit is tremendous. The guide that I created will walk you through tips and tricks to ensure that you are hitting each of these 3 strengths of science fair projects without tripling your workload. As a soon-to-be third-year teacher, I do not claim to know the best way to put on a science fair unit, but I do have the fresh experience of grappling with these challenges of completing one as a new teacher. My hope is that this guide, in partnership with the resources outlined by MSEF, will help new teachers successfully put on a first science fair unit that they are proud of and that their students genuinely enjoy.